back again for another video. So as I talked about in my September wrap-up, I did get a cat in the month of September. You can kind of see him right there. He's hanging out in the window. His name is Piper. He's about 4 years old. He has a little white chin, a little tuxedo guy, and I absolutely adore him. So what I wanted to do, I have this idea, which maybe it's been done before. I didn't really look. But I remember back maybe a year or two ago. Oh, hi Piper, you coming to say hi? Yeah. But I remember a year or two ago, there was this challenge where makeup gurus let their pets pick their makeup. Mostly it was dogs, but I did see a few people do cats. So I thought I would let Mr. Piper here pick the next book that we'll be reading. Now, he's already chosen this book. It was kind of those, I have this idea and I need him to choose now. So I'll insert some footage of that now. Basically, I went through my to read marked books on my bookshelf, which I did in my Let's CCC video. But we went through those. I looked at them. There are a few different things that went into my decision on whether or not I picked them to set aside. Some of them I planned on making videos talking about them, so I didn't want that overlap, so I left them out. Other books that got left out were like my classics. Since I just read East of Eden, I did want to take a little bit of a classics break, just so I could have the time to refresh after and not burn myself out on 2 days of reading material, basically. So the books I ended up choosing for him to pick through were A Man Called Ove, The Lost Gate, Her Body and Other Parties, Death Without Dignity, and The Song of Achilles. So I set aside all these books, and at first I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work. I know my roommate's old cat, he would come up on our laptops, our books, whatever we were doing, and just plop down on top of them. So I picked an area he likes to kind of flop down in and spread the books out throughout there to see if he would lay on any of them. He did not. He would just kind of move his way around, find a semi-clear area and just flop there. So from there, I decided, I know some people use like treats or other to help entice them. I didn't really want to do that per se, because A, if I set down a treat in front of him, he will leave it there. And B, I feel like most pets, when they have a treat in front of them, they're going to go for the closest one. So I didn't want to do that. So I decided I have a handful of toys that I know he loves. So I grabbed his favorite toys and I put them all on each book. And he went up to one, sniffed it, walked past it to another, sniffed it, and then he walked up to the book he ended up picking, and he whacked it. I had an idea where I put toys on the books. He has these catnip mice toys, which is what this one is, and what the one he ended up picking was as well. He also has these catnip nibblers, which are new and he likes, especially that yellow one. So I put those on there. And then one of his favorites are the balls, the little plush balls he gets to bat around. And he picked a toy. Like that. Pretty much like that, yeah. Oh, you got it, Hunter. Oh, you're just mass chaos, huh? There's one of the nibblers. So yes, The book he ended up picking was The Song of Achilles, which is by Madeline Miller. I don't know like a whole lot about this book and the plot of it. I just know it's a sad gay book that's obviously tied with Greek mythology. I'm a little concerned, not about the gay part. I really don't care if Piper's gay. It's more about the sad part. Like, do you think he's okay? Was he trying to tell me something? Were you trying to tell me something, huh? Yeah. So I'm curious to read and see kind of what kind of book taste my little man has. I could read the back of the book and, give myself more of a heads up on what it's about. But I kind of like going into the books knowing as little as possible about them. Some people don't write good blurbs and they spoil way too much. So you start the book and you're all like, oh, well, it said this was going to happen. So I guess we'll just wait until that happens. It is October 13th. I never set a reading goal per se. I usually see a date. I'm like, it'd be nice if I had it done by this date. And if I do, it's cool. If I don't, it's fine. So with the Song of Achilles, I feel like it'd be nice to have it finished by October 25th. This next week's going to be a little hectic. And so will the week after. So I'll probably only really be reading on my days off, which I found on my days off, I am able to get quite a bit of reading done. That's our goal. And yeah, let's get into vlog time. So I just finished chapter 1 and this poor child. My gosh. When they said simple, like his wife was simple, I thought she was just gonna be like ugly. That's awful. But it sounds like, I know a little bit about mythology, but it sounds like Achilles is the boy running in the race when he's a child. While, I don't know his name yet, while the other boy with the simple, that's so bad, is sitting and holding the garland. I'm pretty sure Achilles wins that race. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. But off to a very strong start. Very, very strong. Heartbreaking and sad and fucked up. But a strong start. Okay. Chapter 2. He's 9? He's gonna be married off at 9? I know this is like ancient Greece, but 9? Okay, if you're Heracles' best friend and he gifted you a bow in death, why would you give that away? I just get the sense that, the closeness wasn't reciprocated on both ends with that. But that's my opinion. He just said he's the only one there under 20. So no, this isn't normal. This is awkward. Okay. So, I finished chapter 2. I'm curious to see where it goes. I did finish another book already today, so I am a bit tired. So I think I'll probably stop there for today. Otherwise, I'll see you in a second. Use a helper. Mama, sweet boy. Oh. It is October 16th and my day off, so I'm gonna get back to reading. So I didn't have a lot of thoughts, just a lot of facial expressions during this reading session. So I figured it'd be a good time to pop in and talk about how I got Piper, since this video is about him too. So Piper started off as a cafe cat. Well, he was a shelter cat, and he went to a cat cafe near me that was partnered with said shelter in hopes of getting him adopted. Now, I was at work all day, and my roommate and mutual friend went to the cat cafe, and they saw Piper. "20 pages in, and we have sexual assault." That is not what I expected. So my roommate sees him and decides he's the perfect cat to add to her little cat family that she has already. Having fun? So I was at work when I got a random message basically saying, "Surprise, I got a cat at the cat cafe. His name's Piper." Actually, she didn't even tell me his name. So I was right. The beautiful boy in the beginning of the book that won was Achilles. So we actually got in a bit of an argument about it since we didn't really talk about it beforehand. But we made up, and the next day I got to meet my sweet baby boy, and I fell in love with him instantly. Like, I just knew. I was petting him and loving on him, and I just knew, like, this was my cat. Like, I can't explain it. I just knew. Anyways, her cats had some issues with Piper. They weren't open to a new family member like their mom was quite hoping they would be. So Mr. Piper started hanging out more with me in my room. So I did mark a little highlight in this book. It's my first one, and I thought I'd show it. I marked, "Our land was one of grass and wheat. Tumbles should not hurt. I am making excuses. It was also a land of rocks." Why? I don't know. I thought that was a good line. In my room, Piper had more space. He had more than just the bathroom he had in my roommate's room. So we made this arrangement while the cats got used to him, and while my roommate decided if he was really a good fit for their family, because it wasn't looking really good. There was a lot of jealousy between the cats because Piper very much wanted to be cuddly and near his people, but so did her cats, and that competition was not welcomed. So the first day he spent in my room, he spent all day with me in bed, and it made me so happy. I was beyond joyed just to have a little buddy with me. then the next day, I took him into work with me. For those that don't know, I am a veterinary technician. So I took him into work with me, and my roommate okayed this just to have him looked over. He was a little sneezy, so just making sure everything was okay. Now, most shelter cats are exposed to herpes virus, which isn't an STI in cats. It's an upper respiratory issue, essentially. Kind of like how if we had a cold sore, it comes back occasionally. It just comes back as kind of like a little cold here and there, and we call it a flare up. So that was fairly common, and that's what I suspected was going on with him. Well, I realize why this book is titled The Song of Achilles. And I'm scared. So I just talked to my roommate who's read Circe by the same author. And I was telling her going into this blind was a choice. I started fucked up and it's just continued. We haven't even really gotten to the sad. And then she reminded me that's most of Greek mythology, but yeah, very interesting choice, Piper. When the doctor checked Piper out, she agreed essentially. She suspected herpes virus as well. She said that should clear up on his own, otherwise, he looked great. He had a clean bill of health. So I brought him back home, and he was so happy to be back. He did good at the clinic, but definitely wasn't his favorite place. And when we got home, that was the night my roommate finally asked if I wanted him. It gave a pronunciation of the name. I really needed that. Patroclus. 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 I had made a few comments since I knew she was kind of questioning her decision and if she wanted to keep him. That if she decided that he wasn't a good fit for her family, I would definitely take him in. That I would be more than happy to. So that night she asked and she was like, were you being serious? Do you really want Piper? And I was like, yeah, of course. And as they say, the rest is history. It's kind of endearing how Patroclus, Patroclus. It's kind of endearing how Patroclus, like, is all like, who, me? Oh. Achilles is a weird one. It's like a manic pixie dream boy. Mommy, dearest. Sir. The gods are so damn picky, huh? Is this one of your new favorite spots? Aww. Yeah. You look good in there, in the little book cubby. I took a little break from reading because there was a lot going on. In like an hour, we went from him being 9, 10 to 13. And there's some things to unpack. Mostly as I was reading. My brain was just going, no thoughts. What the fuck is going on? Help. So I took a pause. I definitely still understood everything that was coming in. I was just a little lost, if that makes sense. So we went from Patroclus. I find out the name of our character, which I had avoided saying it until they put in the pronunciation because some of the Greek names are just hard. And I'm not very smart or good at pronunciation, but Patroclus is the character's name that we start off with the simple mom and the really shitty dad, basically. He is a prince, but he's puny mortal, essentially. And like everyone makes fun of him and thinks he's dumb. And so then this bully tries to take dice from him, and for once he stands up for himself and ends up murdering him. Which Patroclus' dad has been so annoyed with his son for being puny and unworthy. And like I said, he finally stands up for himself. And yeah, he accidentally killed someone. But the key word is accidental. He's literally 10. And then his dad's like, gotta save my throne. Shoo shoo. Get out. And he goes to... He goes to Peleus? Peleus? Them damn P names. Peleus's kingdom, who is the father of Achilles, and that's where we meet Achilles again, and we confirm, like, oh yes, this is the beautiful boy that won the race in the beginning. And there's like this weird vibe between him and Patroclus that you kind of feel. You're like, interesting. What's going on here? And then one day, Achilles approaches him because he's off hiding instead of doing drills, which that's another thing. Apparently Achilles' dad, whose name I can't say, so he's just going to be Achilles' dad, has all these like exiled sons. And we find out it's because he's like wanting to make them big and strong into like his own little personal army. Which is... Excuse me, what? Patroclus starts avoiding these kind of training sessions, which, like, me too. I would too. And he's hiding away, and Achilles finds him in his hiding spot and approaches him and says, like, you know, they know you're, like, skipping out on class. You're gonna get punished for this, like, really bad. And he goes, are you ill? And Patroclus is all like, obviously not. And so Achilles is all like, well, you gotta think of something, otherwise you're gonna get severely punished for skipping out. And so Patroclus has this idea. At the time they're both 10. And Patroclus is just like, just say I was with you. Your dad won't get mad at that.
Your dad loves you, unlike my dad. So just tell him we were hanging out and I was training with you. But Achilles is all like, I don't like lying. So Achilles is all like, I don't want to do that. He has some strong morals. I respect that. And so Achilles then has the idea. He's like, but if you come with me and you start coming with me, and when I say start, I mean start right now, then it wouldn't be a lie. And we could go tell my dad. So right then and there, Achilles takes Patroclus to a liar? I don't know how to speak. A liar? Lyre? That sounded more wrong. String instrument. But they go to a lesson, and this part was so sad. But Patroclus sees that Achilles has his mother's thing I can't say. And he's playing it, and it's sad because Patroclus wants to say, like, hey, that's my mom's, but at the same time he's like, no, I'll look stupid if I do that. And so he doesn't say anything, and he just watches, and he's just like, that was really good. But it also talks about how Achilles, like, gently holds it, obviously treats it with care, and how Patroclus really respects that, and it kind of stems any anger he may have about it. And then you hear him play the lyre and sing Achilles. Patroclus doesn't really play or sing. That's why I said you see why this is called the Song of Achilles. And this is the point where I started getting scared. Achilles goes to his dad and says, like, hey, this guy is going to be my companion. And he explains it as, like, this brothers in arms thing. Like, it's a huge deal. And he's like, yeah, this is my best friend, essentially. And we're going to do everything together for the rest of time. And Patroclus is taken aback by this because he's all like, who, me? Me? So Patroclus is in this new position. I mean, I guess it is a position because, he gets to sleep in the same room as Achilles. He goes to lessons with him. It's sad because Patroclus, we saw his upbringing and how his father treated him and how even, like, the nobles treated him. And he just doesn't think it's gonna last. He's just waiting for Achilles to be like, you thought I really meant that? And just yank it away from him. But then we're progressing throughout time. So throughout time, he finally, like, realizes, he's all like, oh, I'm, like, here to stay? Okay. And he starts opening up more. And he finds that, he can really be himself. He doesn't have to worry about saying or doing anything weird that would make Achilles, like, abandon him, which is just so sweet. But the one thing that Patroclus doesn't do with Achilles for some time is he can't see him fight. Like, that's a rule his mother made, who is Thestis? Thestis? I'm gonna go with that. Thestis, who's a goddess. You can't watch me fight. That's just a rule. And Patroclus is just like, all right, respect it. No problem there. And then one day, Achilles is just like, hey, watch me train, which is, like, something he's not supposed to do. I have such bad vibes knowing that he saw Achilles fight, and I know the story of Achilles. I know he's gonna get shot in the heel and freaking keel over. And I'm all like, is it because Patroclus saw him fight? Is Patroclus just a bad luck charm? Because I'm worried. I think Patroclus is a bad luck charm, now that I think about it. Because he was there when Helen was going to be, wedded off, which he was way too young for. And also, Helen being nabbed is like the whole reason behind the Trojan War. So he had like a hand in that. Well, a hand. He was there. Bad luck charm was there. And then he accidentally killed someone and got exiled. And then he sees Achilles fight, and we know what happens to Achilles. Like, everyone knows about the Achilles heel. So now I'm just, like, stressed. And I've been on edge reading, because I'm all like, when's the shoe gonna drop? But you see them age from, like, 12 to 13. And it's talking about how, like, other kids their age are, like, other boys specifically their age are hooking up with ladies, and I'm just like, oh, I don't like reading about 13-year-olds getting busy. Like, that's a little uncomfy. At the same time, I'm like shipping two 13-year-old boys, because I'm all like, they're kind of cute together. Patroclus says things like, you know, there's no one else like you. I'm just like, my art. I need them to be adults. I need them to be adults and just be happy and just get together and that be it. But then they kiss. And they kiss on the beach, which his mom's have fucking seen him. So, like, she knows. Also, on his mom, she tells Patroclus he's gonna die soon. And that freaks him out, which, like, yeah, if Athena was all like, hey, you're my son's best friend, and guess what? He's gonna be something big, and you're gonna be dead soon. What do you mean? And I'm even more stressed. But his mom sees this, and then his mom's all like, he's going away. Do not follow. Very homophobic vibes from the mom. And then Achilles leaves to go train alone. And now Patroclus is alone. And that's where I needed to take a break. I think it gets worse. And I needed a second. All that being said, I do really like the book. I'm just stressed. I'm pressed and stressed. I just need a second to process all of that. I should title this video, My Cat Gives Me an Aneurysm. I'm gonna be a brave girl. I'm gonna read some more. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be fun, and we're gonna do it. Why are we running away? Now we're running away. We better be running to Achilles. Because that's about the only way you're not going to get your ass beat. Oh, man. They found each other. I hoped that you would come, he says. They're going to rest in time. Chiron? Chiron is a real one. Thestis? Thetis? Is the embodiment of Mommy Dearest. My God. This is so sweet. I'm so happy. I was very sad. We were in the trenches, but now we're back up. We're back up. The boys are back together. How do you just casually fall down a ravine? I feel like you should be a little more injured than a broken bone and some wounds. Okay, though. Patroclus fell down a ravine. He's fine, though. He's fine. And they thought his temple was his weakest point. It's actually the heel. I sense foreshadowing. There is no law that gods must be fair, Achilles, Chiron said, and perhaps it is the greatest grief, after all, to be left on earth when another is gone, do you think? I don't like where this is headed. I love and hate retellings because you have an idea of what's going to happen. And you're just tense. Achilles fought Patroclus's mother's liar. My heart. Oh no. Mommy Dearest is back. What kind of nightmare is she gonna impose now? Oh, Chiron's here. Thank God. I'm scared. I'm nervous. At least the boys get to stick together. That's all that matters. Poor Patroclus. He's trying his best over here. Meanwhile, Chiron to Achilles. Nothing I can teach you. You know it all. You're the best. You will never gain fame from your fighting. Is that surprising to you? Alright, they're 16 now. Wait, what? Oh, 2 years since they got there. So they're 15 now. I see. They're flirting. I swear if anything happens before you can give him his 16th birthday gift, I feel like something bad's about to happen. Thestis said that she can't see them here. And she's not happy. And Achilles just turned 16, and I've heard they said that's when they usually arrange marriages, and that's how I feel. Exactly. They're kissing again, but this time Achilles initiated it. And hopefully Patroclus doesn't feel like shit after. I was not expecting a sex scene. It's really sweet that after they're all like, I don't regret it. At least there's that. But Patroclus is just so afraid of being left behind. And you can still see it, and it's just so sad. They're cuddling under a tree. Are you kidding me? My trinity of fears. Oh my god. I can't. Achilles saying he's gonna be the first hero to be famous and happy because of Patroclus. Whatever it is will only be gone for a night or two. I don't believe that. Okay, I need to stop.
It is October 17th. It is another day off, and I'm going to keep reading. Go put down here. Share. The Trojan War is starting. I knew that oath was bad news. So Achilles doesn't want to go. This is good. Because I don't want Achilles to go. Because we know what happens. But Patroclus, they're going to make him go. I just know it. They're going to make him. He got kidnapped by his mom? Exactly, Piper. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ow. So, Achilles got someone pregnant. Why did you pick this? This was not the story I wanted. What the hell? So, Festus doesn't want him fighting in Troy, because we all know what happens in Troy, for we know he's going to go fight in Troy. So what the hell happens? Patroclus must be forced. Thessus being Thessus is probably out him for being on the list of people who have to go. So since Patroclus has to go, Achilles is all like, you know what, I'm going to. This book just has a lot of sadness. I'm just trying to gather the strength to keep going. I'm not even halfway through. I don't feel like I've been gut punched like 50 times. This book's like the ocean. It's like calm and then crash. Calm and then crash. I'll just get my hopes so high. Then here comes Festus. Why did you pick this book, Piper? You know Mom is mentally ill. You can't look like you. It is October 20th. Another day of reading for me. I didn't do a lot of reading. When was it? Monday. I realized this book has a lot of sensitive topics for me, at least. And I think I went a little too hard. What was it? Sunday when I read. Because I read quite a bit. So I didn't want to push myself too much. Especially with the current circumstance with Achilles and his mom. And the princess being pregnant. I wanted to give myself a break, essentially. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading and fill you in as I go. How do you even say her name? Diadema? 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 Diademia? Diademia? Diadamia. Diadamia. I think it's Diadamia. Diadamia. What does she even want with Patroclus? Like, what does she expect? I don't. Okay, so I do feel bad for Diadamia. I do feel bad for Diadamia with this whole pregnancy and confinement, but at the same time, she was basically instructed to force herself onto Achilles. So I just don't understand what she thought would happen if there'd be this magical connection, which I guess maybe she did. Being young and not having much education about sex ed, especially in those times, maybe she thought it would form this magical bond. It's just hard. I sympathize in some ways, but also it feels like her own undoing. That's not the turn I was expecting. It is very Greek. Well, Greek mythology, though. Men are dumb. Just what the fuck? Is he gonna, like, tell Achilles that he slept with her? Because Achilles' situation and Patroclus' situation with her are two very different things. I think Patroclus is getting drafted. I'm scared. Oh, fuck. Look, it's Odysseus, another Greek man whore. The drafting has been attempted. But we're not out of the woods yet. We still have dinner to get through, and Odysseus seems to kind of recognize him and is seemingly onto him. I'm suspicious. No one dances that good to get gems and all this finery. Or what they call it, luxury. It was a trick! I thought Achilles was going to be a himbo and pick up a sword. But like the idea of giving like this sign of impending danger so that he would spring into action. Smart, but I'm mad about it. They know! They know who Patroclus is. They know who Achilles is. God fucking damn it. This is where everything falls apart. Oh, fuck. The only reason this war is legend is because of the horse and Achilles. The names out of this war that are the biggest are Achilles. You hear Trojan War, you think of Achilles. In my opinion. There's also like Odysseus in the Iliad, but it's Achilles. Achilles is the hero of that war. Oh my god. I find it interesting how with, I have another name to say that I don't know how to say, but Lycomedes, the king of Skyros. How it says he's only known because of how his story touches you in a book about Achilles. When I wouldn't say I'm big into Greek mythology. Looked at things here and there, and I mean, yeah, I hadn't heard of him until this book, really, so it's almost meta in a way to say that in this book. It was interesting, for sure. That's powerful. Having Thestis come in when through all of the books so far
She has been, I want my son to be a god, I want him to be a hero, like so focused on his notoriety. For her to come in and us to find out she went through all of this and hiding him because she didn't want him to die young. It's the first look of unconditional and just motherly love we see from her. Just genuinely, other than wanting her son to be something great. That it's a powerful scene. So Achilles has decided that he's going to Troy, and Patroclus is going to follow him. And Patroclus, he basically talks about how he knew before he even said it that just them withering away into oblivion and just being together and happy wasn't enough. It's just so upsetting because we see throughout the book, he doesn't believe he's worthy of this attention and afraid of being left. And like him and Achilles, like for Patroclus, that's all he needs. And for that not to be reciprocated is very sad. But at the same time, Achilles has his own individual goals, which shouldn't be given up for someone else. And Patroclus supporting him in that and going with him. It's very complex and beautiful. I thought Patroclus coming with him, was a sacrifice, but like after his talk with Thestis, seems like he's gonna sacrifice so much more, like his own wants and needs in the relationship, because it is a relationship, and giving that up so that his name isn't blackened or darkened in history because he was gay. Okay, now I do feel really bad for Diadamia. I do really feel bad for Diadamia, because in the same way she is kind of like Patroclus, just wanting love, really, and she isn't getting that, and she can't even keep her baby because Thestis is gonna come and take it. Achilles had said he was going to be the first hero to be a successful hero and happy. And Patroclus obviously wants to help him make the most out of his life that he knows he's sacrificing for this notoriety. And he, like I said, he doesn't want to darken it. And Achilles doesn't care in that regard. He said, I've given enough to them. I will not give them this. Which gives me as much more hope This chapter has mentioned 2 instances of cannibalism. One eating brains and the other a father murdering his child to feed it to the gods. Sometimes Greek mythology, no, not sometimes, Greek mythology is just a fever dream. Chapter 16. Oh boy. They call themselves Ant-Men. That's funny. It just makes me think of Ant-Man from Marvel. Chiron continues to be the real MVP of this book. That adds another layer because you just know that he knew when he was saying goodbye to them that it would be the last time he saw Achilles for sure, and most likely Patroclus, based off of how Patroclus speaks. So we are off to Troy. That's my thoughts. That. Oh. Don't drop it. Oh, you dropped it. Oh no. Oh no. So today's October 25th. And yeah, it's been a minute since I read. I am halfway through the book. I have 179 pages left. I've been using this app called Read More, and you can log how many minutes it takes you to read, and then plug that in and see how much longer it'll take you to finish reading. So I did that, and I've been using that, and it says I have like 4 hours left on this book. So technically I could still finish it today. But will I? Is the question. I'm thinking probably not, but you know, we'll see. Sounds like my roommate's cat's getting into trouble, so let me go check on him because I'm the only one home. They were indeed being felons. They had found their treat bag, knocked it on the floor, and were trying to figure out how to get it open. So we put that somewhere really high. We're already in war, and Achilles is trying to get his ass beat. Cool. Men are so prideful. Just, I don't understand how people in Greece at this time, in this setting, when there's literally no wind for 2 weeks, when someone says, oh yeah, it's the gods, or they'd be all like, you're being, go away. So they pissed off Artemis, allegedly. If I had to guess, Apollo's twin I know favors Hector, and Apollo and Artemis are like that. So she's probably just there for her brew.
Why must we use marriage as a pawn for everything? Achilles doesn't deserve Patroclus. See, I say that, but I don't even know if I believe that. This is just a really shitty situation. Because Achilles can't really say no. Especially when he's already pissed off this king. Whose name I'm not even going to attempt to say. So he can't. He can't say no. Maybe if he wasn't being such a little shit earlier and had, pledged his allegiance, he could have said no and it would have been like awkward, but it could have been okay. The one solace is that it's only a night, which is still bullshit. Oh. She's 13. They just murdered. They just murdered the 13-year-old priestess. I'm shocked that there was child murder, but in a selfish way. I'm kind of happy that Achilles didn't have to get married again. I don't like who I am when I want something to happen in a book. I just wish awful things on some fictional characters, huh? Okay, Artemis wasn't happy about the bloodshed that was gonna happen, so she just demanded that a virgin priestess be murdered. A priestess of her, nonetheless, that they chose, which still she was not like, that's good enough. I don't understand. I I like Achilles' soft heart though. I don't want him to become a cold-hearted baddie. I don't like this change that's happening in Achilles. I sure as hell don't want him to think of people as animals while he's at war. Oh, thank God. He just said, I don't think I could do it. Oh, shit. I hate snakes. I don't care if Achilles, breaks snake necks and kills those. That's okay. But, it's the war part that's starting to concern me. I'm scared. There's Hector. He can't kill him right away, though. At least I hope not. Oh. Achilles is a little, I know he's like supposed to be really good in war, but like this absolute calmness and unfazedness by murder and war is a little unsettling. But at the same time, I'm like, it is sweet that he's protecting Patroclus still. How do you expect to raid and then be all like, hey, let's talk this out? No, he already raided them. Oh, it's fine. He doesn't think of them as animals. He just doesn't think at all. Mmm. Mmm. That's uncomfy. So much murder. Oh, I'm with Patroclus on this one. It's sad that Patroclus feels like he has to cleanse Achilles and like take on that burden for him so he doesn't have to feel it. So they save this girl from becoming, as I call, a bed slave. And she's terrified because she can't understand them. And then Patroclus is all like, I don't know how to communicate this with her. And then he just grabs Achilles and kisses him, and she's like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh my god. Imagine living in a world like, I feel so bad for her. But I'm happy that Patroclus told Achilles to get her and save her while they could. I'm in all of this blood and chaos, I am happy that Patroclus has found a way, because he's not a fighter. He doesn't like this bloodshed. But he's found a way to kind of find some salvation almost by having Achilles claim these women and give them a safe place rather than becoming slaves. But it's still heartbreaking to think of, all these women and what they've gone through, and I just... They're talking about Helen and how she got a pick, and Achilles says, so which suitor would you have picked? It's cute. Patroclus. Now I'm worried about him. He's gonna get traumatized in the war. A man who still loved the gods, even as his brothers and cousins fell because of him, who fought fiercely for his family rather than the fragile ice crust of fame. And that was in regards to Hector, and I'm kind of like, I'm kind of like Team Hector. overall, I'm pretty much Team Troy. Because if I remember correctly, and what the book is insinuating, Helen chose to go with Paris and wanted to stay with him. So yeah, we respect a woman's choice until we're not under oath to respect a woman's choice. I hope this gives us a cute Achilles and Patroclus moment, because we've just had war and bloodshed, and I just need some wholesome gay. That was not the wholesome moment I wanted. They just talked about Achilles and his fame being in danger, which is the whole point there, which is just annoying. I just read selves as slaves and I got concerned. But we're fine. It says selves. I'm glad that Patroclus is a healer. I have seen this for him since the beginning, and I'm happy. She was one of us now, I thought, a member of our circle for life. I feel like Hector's gonna come after Patroclus. Oh my god. I don't like that. There are too many of them. I'd rather if they just remember me. I don't like this attitude. Is Patroclus the best of Myrmidons? Is it him? I kind of feel like Rhesus and Patroclus are more so on the same page than they are with Achilles at this point. And I'm kind of for it. I don't like the persona and attitude Achilles has taken on to gain this fame. I'm interested to see where this goes. I was not expecting this weird love triangle scene. He's acting like this child is like special to him when I know for a fact this man has multiple women that he's taken as prizes. The fact this father has gone so far to get his daughter back should be more than enough. And now they have a plague, which pretty well deserved. Not gonna lie. Breezus? No! I'm so mad. I'm so mad at Achilles and the world right now. I gotta find out what happens. I don't want to keep reading, but I gotta find out what happens to her. What does this man fucking do? Achilles! And she knew what she was doing because she writes short chapters. Do I read one more? We'll read one more and then we'll take a break. God. Nope, nope, nope. We're taking a break. We're taking a break. Oh. Know how I was all like, I'm afraid of what the war will turn Achilles into and he'll turn like cold-hearted. Well, yeah, we're there. And he's changed and I hate it. I just don't. What is this desire to be known and be a legend? Like, I just don't understand how his happiness, how being with Patroclus, starting a family, any of that, how none of that is enough for him. And I'm just so angry. And I know I said earlier Patroclus can do better. Well, yeah, Patroclus can do better. So I have been working on clearing up some space so I can go ahead and finish this book today. It is October 27th. I have 68 pages left. So let's get back into it, huh? Oh. Now he's like actually wanting to kill people. I don't think there's any saving Achilles at this point, and yeah, I've decided I'm just done with it. Who can just watch bodies pile up like that and be all like, it'll be soon. They'll come crawling back. No. I just, this makes me so mad. Breezus. Achilles isn't worth all of this, Patroclus. Breezus can give you a much more healthy relationship, it seems like. She called him the best of myrmidons. 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 She called him the best of that, which they're gonna die. So Patroclus is gonna fucking die. They should hate Agamemnon. That wasn't right. But anyways, it is his pride that kills them. And like Patroclus says, and yours. Well, he doesn't say it, but yes. Selfish little shithead. I don't think this book has a good ending. I mean, I didn't think it would from the start, but like, where's the horse? And that's why Patroclus never asked, because it's been clear since he decided to go to Troy that Achilles values his reputation and making himself into a legend over being happy with Patroclus. So even if Patroclus asked him to intervene, which he just did, Achilles would still say, no, anything but this I'll do, but not this. Patroclus is gonna die. He's gonna go in dressed in Achilles' armor and they're gonna murder him. No. No. He's climbing the wall. Patroclus, you're gonna die. Patroclus died, and all he could think about when he was dying is that Hector was gonna kill him, and therefore Achilles would die because Achilles would kill Hector. No. Patroclus is the one that's fallen that they're fighting over. He won't be able to tell you. Are you happy with your pick? Fucking bug, leave me alone. I'm dealing with enough. There isn't much commentary left. Because I'm a crying mess. But we have like 26 pages left, and Breezes just went off on Achilles, and it was satisfying because it's everything I've been saying up until this point. But I didn't want it to come at this cost. Hey! Stop. Sir, that's not a toy. That was all a dream. He did kill Hector? I'm so confused. Oh. Almost there. He finally put Patroclus to rest. And wants them buried together. I already hate this little shit of a child. Doesn't want Patroclus buried with him when he didn't even know his dad. He knows nothing. He's a 12-year-old little shit. This bike keeps buzzing around my head, and Reese's just died, so that's great. When are we gonna be done with this book? Please, for the love of God. His poor soul can't find any fucking peace. I finished the book.
I think my commentary throughout this pretty much wraps all my thoughts up. The fact that Patroclus couldn't rest easily for this damn long is infuriating. But we made it, and they're together in the underworld. Should I be concerned about Piper? Do you want to see me in pain? Are you in pain? Or are you just telling me you're gay? Because I'm not Festus. I don't care that you're gay. I'll have a serious discussion with him. But if you like the video, give it a like. Comment down below if you've read the book. I'm just drained, so I'll see you guys when I see you again. But as always, don't forget to support your local bookstore. Alright, bye guys.